fucking ants all over my windowsill because I forgot to put out fucking ant poison. Fucking hate ants so much, bro. At least they're not crawling into my fucking iPad, which is good. Let me put on some filters here. I usually don't put on filters for streams, but this looks nice. This filter overall looks really, really good. I like it. Also, full 60 frames, yeah. Bandwidth isn't being taken up. Probably because I no longer have my phone connected, like, the whole time I'm streaming. So, you know. And it's actually on silent for once. I think it's dead, actually. Yeah, I think it's dead. Great. Fuck. Oh, boy. A lot of people aren't gonna like me after this stream. I don't really know how to begin this. I don't want to start off strong, nor do I want to start off really weak. I kind of want to start off with that middle ground that's really chill, and I kind of want to go up from there. That's the thing about streaming as well. Forgot to turn my fan off. But that's the thing about streaming, like, you can't really, you know, what's the proper term for it? You can't really, like, do everything on the fly. Very few people can do improv. I can't. I'm really bad at doing improv. And that's the thing about the stream. It's completely unscripted. But I do have, like, of course, like, the bullet points listed in my head, you know? I feel like I'm stalling. I know I'm not intentionally trying to stall, but, like, I feel like I'm just stalling, and I feel like I'm just making people more upset by kind of dodging the main topic, if that makes sense. Again, it's really hard. It's just really hard to think about, like, what to say, you know? Because, you know, doing streaming, it's like the equivalent of, again, it's like improv. It's like doing it in front of a bunch of people live, except, you know, instead of doing it on a stage, you're doing it in front of one camera, and, you know, all the audience is, you know, other people watching at home, but it's still relatively the same premise, really, which is kind of funny. Live streaming is literally just live shows, but with extra steps. That's really it. Alright, I feel like I've been stalling long enough. I think it's time I talk about kind of the main subject matter. Here's the thing. Like, today, and I know it's 1 in the morning by the time I'm streaming this, but today was going to be the day I release a teaser trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's, the unofficial series. Now, here's the thing. That teaser trailer, I never finished it. Because, like, for the past couple of days, I've just let it sit in my, you know, in my projects folder, and I never really bothered going back to it. And this isn't because of motivation loss. This isn't because the series is canceled. This is because I've overall stopped supporting Five Nights at Freddy's, or at least for right now. Let me kind of elaborate. So, recently, Security Breach Ruin dropped. Really good DLC. Like, buy Security Breach just for Ruin. Like, that's, like, it is well worth the money. Ruin makes up for all of the flaws that Security Breach has, and actually gives a lot more of a cohesive story. There's a lot more horror elements. It's actually, you know, it feels like an actual Five Nights at Freddy's game, which is good. I'm glad that Steelwool took the time to right their wrongs and actually realize what they did was wrong, you know? I honestly thought FNaF was going to have a steady decline, not trying to be negative or anything, but just knowing how FNaF fans are and how toxic they are and how much they, you know, how much they've rushed Steelwool in the past. It's, yeah, it's really, you know, you can kind of understand from the get-go that it's like, yeah, you know. But, if you don't know, Fazbear Fanverse Initiative. I need to add context here before I continue. So the Fazbear Fanverse Initiative is basically this, like, the initiative is basically like, make a fan game, Scott Cawthon, licenses it, and you can get, like, official, you can actually make money off your fan game, and you can get, like, official, plushies, stuff by Funko, those pop figures. There's, like, those U2's figurines. Those are fucking cool. But, one of the developers for the Fazbear Fanverse is FNaF, also known as Phil Morg. And if you don't know what he's doing for the Fanverse, he's making an official FNaF 1 remake called Five Nights at Freddy's Plus. Now, recently, I think everybody knows about the drama at this point, but I'll give a brief summary. So, FNaF, or I'll just call him Phil for the rest of this, like, Phil has some strong opinions about Security Breach. That's the best way to put it. Phil has some very, very strong opinions about Security Breach, and I think, yeah, he doesn't really like FNaF that much anymore. Understandable. I'm getting messages in chat. Nate, please do not spam the chat. I'm literally doing a serious stream. Do not join the stream. Fucking hell. I can't believe in a serious video you spam me like this, bro. Goddamn. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the fucking mood, dude. I know I promised, like, a stream where we would stream together or whatever. Just fucking get the fuck off my stream, dude. Get the fuck off my stream right now. I'm trying to have a serious moment. Back to what I was gonna say. Phil has some very strong opinions about Security Breach. That's very understandable. That's the thing, right? He doesn't, what's the proper term? He said in a post that he doesn't want to support FNaF after he finishes FNaF Plus. And I get it. If you don't like Security Breach, if you don't choose to support FNaF anymore, whatever. I used to have phases where I liked stuff, and then I didn't like it anymore afterwards. I mean, I used to like Ben New Ink Machine, kind of lost my love for it, kind of got back into it again because of Dark Revival, and then I kind of forgot about it for a while. That's the thing. FNaF is just like every other thing you would get into, I'm not going to stop you from hating it or whatever. All I will say is that, like, don't be toxic about your opinions. Do not, harass people. Oh boy. What I'm about to get into, there might be some triggering topics. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't like things like death threats or gore or anything like that, please do not continue the stream. You can watch whatever else you want to watch. Or if you want to stay, sure, but you got your warning. I just don't say I didn't warn you. Alright? I'm not liable for any of this. But basically, after Phil played Ruin, he made a tweet, as a joke, just putting, well, that was boring. And again, but again, here's the thing about Phil / FNaF. The thing is with him, he plays this, character that acts toxic. And the reason why is because he just doesn't like people putting him on pedestals like other people do with other YouTubers. And I get it. I really get it. I don't like being put up on a pedestal. I don't like that. Just because I do YouTube doesn't mean I do it just for the fame or whatever, or because I'm doing it for the money. I do it simply for the passion of making videos. That's the thing, right? I do it just because I want to make videos. That's it. I mean, why else did I make Reboot? Even though that series got canceled, it was still a very big passion project. Why am I making FNaF the unofficial series? It's a passion project. All of my videos are passion projects. And a lot of people don't really get that. So I get if Phil, doesn't want to be put up on a pedestal. I get it. I seriously get it. I very much understand why he does that character in his videos, and online overall. But because of that, people jokingly these were joking responses. Can't English, but as you know, people jokingly responded with like, "Oh, let's say FNaF Plus is born when it releases. That'll teach them." You know, just silly, light-hearted trolling. You know, it's not anything to freak the fuck out about. But FizNom's fans got really pissy. They started acting like emotional fucking children and sent, I don't know if it was one miner or multiple miners, I'm not sure, but they sent miners death threats and gore and other things like that. They demolish people's DMs, and already at that, I'm pissed. But like a couple days ago, Phil, okay, when this whole drama was going down, Phil was like, you know, he didn't take it seriously. When people were telling him about what was happening, he didn't really take it seriously, and that caused a lot more outrage, because Phil was like, "Oh, send me death threats." You know, he was like that. And because of that, that kind of, you know, that caused more of a downward spiral, and it caused a lot more outrage. I myself was outraged by this, and it was only downhill from here. Death threats got worse, then it kind of simmered down, and people, you know, kept speaking up more about it. And then, yeah, no, I am getting this right. I thought I was getting it wrong for a second. I was like, wait, did I say that right? Sorry, fuck. But here's the thing. So, Phil then decides, you know, shit, this is a genuinely serious situation. Or not that he decides that. He knows that. He finds out about that. And he's like, oh shit, I fucked up, you know? He did a little bit of a fucky-wucky. I get it. I've done that shit too. I've done shit that's probably worse than what Phil has done. I don't know. But Phil responds with a video. I don't know what it's called. I think it's referred to, I think the video title is titled My Current Situation. Yeah, no, that is what it's called. What the fuck am I saying? But yeah, Phil made a video titled My Current Situation. And that video was probably one of the most, like, heartbreaking videos I've seen. Well, like, I didn't show any emotion on the outside, but it was just like, holy shit. Like, this fucked up. And when I really saw Phil's perspective on the situation, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't understand what was happening. And that's why he made the joke responses. He didn't know if people were being serious. He never knew. He never really investigated the whole drama. And just kind of continued on with his day, you know? And I feel bad for him. I feel really bad for him. At the end of that video, he talked about what he was planning on doing for the future, and that led to FNaF Plus's cancellation. He said he no longer wants to work on FNaF Plus. He no longer chooses to support Five Nights at Freddy's, nor does he want to even mention Five Nights at Freddy's in his videos. If you go to his channel, I won't link it, but if you do see his channel, you will notice that, like, all of his FNaF videos and FNaF-related videos, or videos even mentioning FNaF, are just wiped clean. All gone. And it's fucked. It's absolutely fucked. Because of all this, and because of Phil's situation, that was kind of the straw that kind of broke the camel's back. And I no longer choose to publicly support the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. I already made a community post talking about it, how after the FNaF series is done, I will no longer make FNaF content. I just don't want to support FNaF publicly, period, because the amount of toxicity, the amount of disgusting things that this fandom has done, I'm fucking angry. I'm upset. I'm honestly sad. And I guess the right way to put it is, like, I'm speechless. I don't know what else to add on to that list. I just feel so much negative emotion towards the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. And the sad thing is, you know, the fandom was starting to look good again because of Ruin, and everybody was, like, really happy with Ruin, and everybody seemed actually chill with Steelwool. No more death threats, no more drama. But no, No, people were just like, they just fucking, of course, people on Twitter had to run their fucking mouths. I'm done. I no longer choose to publicly support Five Nights at Freddy's. And all of my upcoming, FNaF series content, I think the best way to put it is that I no longer have as much motivation to work on it like I used to. This is just because, obvious reasons that I already stated. I don't think I feel the need to elaborate on that. But here's the thing. The FNaF series is still going to happen. I know a lot of people really want that. And I know there's a lot of people who volunteered. And I don't want their work to go to waste. So, after the FNaF series is done, I'm no longer going to make Five Nights at Freddy's or Five Nights at Freddy's related content. At least for a while. And I will no longer publicly support the franchise. It will be pushed back to next year. I don't know if my stream just froze there. That was fucking weird. Guys, it's the Mimic. Oh my god. It's not funny. But yeah. Series is being pushed back to next year. I don't know any better way to put it. We're still going to do filming and editing and stuff this year. I just don't feel ready to release anything right now because of all the drama that's been going on. I might release some trailers or something. I don't fucking know. I'm done with this franchise. Again, I no longer wish to support Five Nights at Freddy's publicly. I no longer choose to support Scott Cawthon publicly. I no longer choose to support Steelwool publicly. Or any other people affiliated with the franchise. I'm just done. I'm done. I hope you guys can understand. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, by the way. My Wi-Fi just randomly decided to be a bitch this stream. You know how it is. It's bullshit. But yeah. That's basically the whole situation summarized. I don't think I need to really elaborate any further. Once again, I am sorry. I am, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. And to Nate and all of his friends, I know Nate and his friends really love Five Nights at Freddy's. Nate and Paul specifically. I know you guys never met Paul, but, he's a friend of mine. He's on my server. He's a good kid. Very nice guy. But yeah. To Nate and Paul, I'm incredibly sorry. And I'm sorry that I let you guys down. As a friend, I wanted to bring this series to life. I wanted to make you guys happy. I wanted to take your ideas and give them form and make those ideas a reality, not just a thought in the back of your mind, And I failed. I essentially failed. And I'm sorry. I just can't do this with this fan base, with this fandom anymore, like I said. So, yeah. I'm incredibly sorry to everybody who sees this. This is the end of the stream. I'm not going to do an outro tonight.